All right, here we are. We're at the Aratom Stretching System right now, and so we're getting ready to do some leg routine type stuff. If you got weak legs, I'm gonna demonstrate how you can use this to help you out with your physical therapy. So you have this anchor strap right here, and I've already got one set above, and I just wrapped it around up top. But you can get anchors, which we sell as well, that you can connect into your ceiling, connect into your wall. But what I've done is I've thrown it around my anchor point up top, and so what we're gonna do is I come over and we sell individually different things that go along with the stretching system. But in this situation, we are going to wrap this around my upper body. And the reason why we're doing this is because this is going to give me the support that I need to be able to do the exercises that I'm trying to do with my leg. So if you got an injury with your knee, if you got an injury with your back or whatever it is, and you just want to be a little bit more careful, what you can do is wrap this around. We have this 3-to-1 mechanical advantage stretching system. Okay, so now I can lower myself down and just do one leg or two legs. And in this situation, I'm just going to do some isometric holds where I hold my knee in this, and I have the support of the Aratom stretching system. So if I need a little bit of help, I can just pull myself up, because it's a 3-to-1 advantage to be able to lower yourself down and help yourself back up. So I can use this strap right here as so. I also can put in my bands that I have. So we have bands that we sell that you can also use, where you can buy them on Amazon or eBay or wherever. And instead of using this strap, you can have a little bit of resistance or a little bit of give that you can connect into your system to help you perform the exercise. So in this situation, I want to take this off a little bit because I want a little bit more slack. I want to be able to get down to the ground and try different locations for how I'm doing this exercise. So right now, I'm just going to focus on my hips, my glutes in the exercise that I'm doing. So I get my strap out. It's got all these different loops that you can connect in for different things that you want to connect to on your body. But for me, or if it's a bigger person, smaller person, you can make the loops a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. So I'll just go all the way out like this, wrap it around, and I can either just put it around like this or go around my whole body underneath my armpits. So got it here, taking the slack out, and let's say I wanted to do some lunges. And if you're doing lunges, but you're having trouble, man, and your knees are really weak, or if you know somebody that has had an injury, that they can use this to support the workout that they're doing. Or let's say if you wanted to have some dumbbells, you could have some dumbbells, and just so I can make it easier for me to hold on to the rope, I put a little knot here that I can hold on to. So if I had a dumbbell, I could sit there, hold the dumbbell, and just use this for just a little bit of assistance as I'm doing the workout. But if I don't want to do the dumbbells, I want a little bit more support, I'm going directly underneath. Okay, so there's different ways to attack different parts of your hips, your back, your knees. Right now I'm just going right above. I've got the knot that I'm holding on to, and I can pull if I need to, or just give me just what I need to be able to stand up. But let's say I wanted to target more of my quads, and I wanted to target more of, like, let's say your meniscus area, or where you're having trouble from with an injury. You can move around. So like this, I'm coming at the angle and I'm pushing back into it like this with one leg, okay? And I could feel it immediately here. So I had a meniscus tear that I had to get an operation on, and I'm just doing an isometric hold. I can feel it in my glute right here, and I can feel it in the front of my knee. So all depends on the angle that you're pushing from is going to target the areas that you're having weakness and target the areas that you're having pain. So you have the system here to basically give you just what you need, okay? If you don't need any assistance, then do it yourself, right? But you still have this to kind of protect you in the form that you're trying to create. Now, if I come directly underneath, okay, and I want to go a little bit forward, I can just sit back down into the system and walk forward a little bit right here. So now I find the area that I'm having weakness, and I just do an isometric hold like I'm sitting here, and I can go straight up and down, going from here. A little awkward there, so I got to come back out. So I come here. So now where I'm feeling it, I feel it more in my quads, and I feel it in my glutes. But if I come back, like I was demonstrating a minute ago, I feel it in a totally different area. Right now, I'm feeling it in the front of my quads. So I feel it here. So I'm feeling it here and here in the front of my quads. And if I'm pushing away, I'm feeling it in my knees, right in the meniscus areas, both sides here like this. But if I want to get it higher up on my quads, just go ahead and put myself, walk a little bit further in. And now, as I'm doing it here, I'm feeling it probably in the middle of my quads, okay? If I go a little bit further in, and I'm doing it from there, I feel it in my hips. Same spot, actually, right in the middle of my quads. So you can play with it and see what works best for you. Now, let's say you wanted to attack this in a different way. I kind of go with this turkey neck here, where now I can come forward, and I have it across my body like this, and I can lower myself down. So I'm here, and as you can see, it's pretty easy. I mean, I got all my weight on here, but because of the mechanical advantage, I can sit there and pull the rope, and it gives me exactly what I need. So now, what I'm trying to do, and it's a little rough with the strap, the body strap that we have, but we have other things that we're working on selling with this product, like a harness that you can put on your upper body, lower body, to be able to give you a little bit more support and less of the pain. Looks like I lost my speaker. I apologize. I lost my speaker here. Let's get back to it. Let's see here. So I'm back. Sorry, lost my speaker, but here we go. So we're getting back into it. And what I'm going to do here is I'm working my way forward, reaching back. Okay, and I'm going to have this underneath my upper body. And now I can lower myself down and push up just what I need here. So as I'm doing this exercise, I give a nice fluid motion into this, but if I don't want any help, I can still push myself down, let myself down like this, and do the exercise to really focus on the areas that I'm having weakness. But I have this to protect me and keep my balance. But let's just say that you are working on building strength. You could grab a dumbbell and move forward like this, hold it off to your side. I have this to help me lower myself down. Now you could use barely any of this, any of the assistance, and lower yourself down. But if you felt like you're having issues, you could grab the rope, get your resistance back, and then help yourself with the dumbbell going down. So right now I'm having range of motion issues, and I'm having weakness in the front of my knee here for where I had my surgery for, I apologize, my meniscus. So now I'm also having some tightness in the hip, but I'm trying to work on that by just doing simple range of motion. But if I wanted to try to work on building up my strength, then I could grab a dumbbell, put it off to my side, or put it off to the inside, or hang something between my legs. But if I wanted more support, I could go with two hands, and now I'm gonna have it so it's right above me, and I'm lowering myself down, but I'm using probably 20% of my weight as I'm doing this, because I have the rope to help me push up, because my legs are super weak right now after my surgery, and just in general, because I never really did a lot of leg routines when I was growing up. And so now, as I'm getting older, or any of us that are getting ready to play a sport or whatever it is that we're doing, really need to work on building up the strength in our legs. So if I wanted to go with one leg, I go with one leg. If I want to go with two legs, come work my way out with the stretching system, put it out in front of me, hold it there like this, and I can just do these type of push outs. And I'm feeling this right in the middle of my quads right here. Actually, this is all quads. I'm feeling a little bit of my knees, but for the most part, it's all quads going from here, as if I was in a stack, one of those stack machines where you are pushing the weight up. So if I want to, I can go at different angles. I can go a little bit higher and then do it from there, where I'm going to be working my calves and my quads, or I can come a little bit further out to where I'm almost, getting ready to fall down on the ground. But it's actually easier the lower I go. If I come at a 45-degree angle and then do it with both my hands and push out, okay, I'm using more of my weight now. This is really just balancing me, doing it from here. So this is a good workout for two legs as I'm doing this. But if I want to drop this leg out and then work, but my legs are so weak right now. They're shaking just from doing one leg like this. But this is exactly why the Aratom is great, because it's allowing me to take off the weight that I don't need going on my knee so that I can perform this, and then I can build up my resistance from there. So I'll do my other leg. My other leg is way stronger as I'm doing this, way stronger as I'm pushing out, and I'm feeling it in my quad right here. So I've shown you different ways to do it, where you can either do it going forward and do some of the resistance and pushes. I've done it going backwards, but all in all, you can change things out so that you have different things to help you do this. All right, so I get rid of this strap, and now what we're going to do is we're going to switch to a band. So with the other strap that I had, it's kind of tight, so it's kind of doing a lot of the work for me. The bands that I'm putting in right now, this is going to help because it gives me some assistance, but it also has a little bit of give. So you really have to work the smaller what's the word I'm looking for? Your fast twitch muscles, the smaller fibered muscles. You're going to have to do a little bit more with those. Your stabilizers, that's what I was looking for. Your stabilizers. So I come in with my green band for resistance, and I mean, I can use the bigger ones or smaller ones in conjunction with the Aratom and just now work it. So I give just a little bit of help, and it's not helping that much, but it gives me the confidence with the balance of having the rope to perform the exercise. So I can go 2 legs, or I can go with 1 leg. For those of you that are a little bit stronger, and you can use the band. Just gives you just a little bit of that bounce, come back up, gives you a little bit of the assistance. The rope is there for balance. So now if you wanted to, now you could grab a kettlebell or a dumbbell and work on building up the strength in your quads, your knees, your hips, and in your lower back. By doing that, the Aratom Stretching System is going to give you everything you need to support you in your workouts, as far as the stability, and give you the confidence to build up and get through certain motions. Because I'm sure as you're doing squats or lunges, there's a certain area that, like for me, when I'm going down to do a lunge, as I'm going down, there's this one little area that I'm really weak at, and I'm using the Aratom to kind of help me get through that and work that area. Because you may be stronger at the bottom of your squat, you may be stronger at the top of your squat, but there's like a mid-range, almost like you're on the toilet. Sorry to bring it up, but if you're on the toilet and you have somebody that's older or somebody that's injured trying to get off the toilet, as I'm acting out the toilet here, it's hard to get through that one, like 3 or 4 inches of where they're trying to move up, or if you've had any kind of injury when you're in that, past that 90 degrees in your squat. So you can work on just that by itself. So I'm going to put this back on around me, and as I have this around me, I've got to also make sure that I got my microphone. Yep, it's still there. Lost it earlier, apologize for that. But so I'm going to get directly underneath. As I get directly underneath, it's going to be a little bit different than, actually there's not enough resistance. I need more help in order for me to do this. So I'd have to go back to the black strap to do that. The other thing I can do is I have these Velcro body straps to do that. The other thing I can do is I have these Velcro body straps, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So get my body straps ready to go, and I'm going to use these like a handle. So I just got to figure out where the best location for me in my squat that I'm struggling with. Okay, so what I can do is I can just put this arm through, I can put this arm through, and now I have that to kind of give me the assistance that I need. Instead of going with the strap, I can switch it up so I have both these body straps, and I lower myself down, okay, right there. So here I am, I got these right there, and so this is the area that I struggle with, right here, from this low, and then trying to just get past that on my squat, So I can hook up the Velcro straps and do it this way. So there's so many different ways that you can connect to your body. I'm gonna get I'm getting a full body harness tomorrow, kind of like what construction workers use when they're on roofs, and that way you can hook it in to different parts of the, what am I trying to say? The body strap, or no, I'm sorry, the harness. You can hook it into the harness, And then with this mechanical advantage, you can give yourself the assistance with it being a lot more comfortable. You'll be able to sit down like I am here, and I'm just lowering it down, and I'm staying here, and I can just do mini squats. And I got the assistance of the straps to kind of hold me up so I don't fall down, and to give me just the assistance I need with the rope. So if I need more assistance, I just have to pull the rope, and it's going to take off 3 to 1. So whatever your weight is, divided by 3 basically, and that's what this rope system does for you, this stretching system does. Patented to assist you in your workouts. All right, so I'm just doing this from here. If I need more assistance, let's say I want to do a little bit higher. I need a little bit more rope. Wrap it around my arm here, and then go here, doing squats. But then if I want to do lunges, come back, same thing. Got the support of the Velcro straps, and I can pull with my elbows directly into the body straps to help myself up. Plus I have this, okay? So I'm going there, and you don't have to do 2 body straps. I could just go with 1 body strap and see how that functions, all right? So go in here. I can grab up there if I need to, but going down, a little awkward. I'm trying different things, you get the point. So you are gonna be able to use this in so many different ways to try to make this work for you. So let's go ahead and get rid of the body straps. I'm gonna go right back into the carabiner where I had the this full body strap. So we're using this, and wrap this around my body. And I'm gonna try to get back to doing what I was doing, which was lunges, because I'm really weak doing lunges right now. But you just gotta remember, this thing is not just for what I'm doing right here. It does so many things other than just doing leg workouts. It's for shoulders, it's for backs, it's for you name it. So now I'm doing lunges. So I'm just gonna kind of lower myself down nice and slow. I'm just letting the rope out here like this, okay? Because I am so tight in so many areas. And you may know some people that that are struggling to get out of a chair, that are struggling because of an injury. And so with just a little bit of assistance, if you need it, I try to not use the rope, but I do just to keep the flow, so I can keep my reps nice and smooth, nice and smooth. So my left leg, and I'm working on range of motion. Now, if I want to just sit, I can just sit here and hold this like this, and I can use it in so many different ways. So I'm sitting in it, and I'm just holding all of my muscles tight right here in my quads. Pull myself up. Now, let's say you want to do some hips to the outside. So I can come out here to the outside, hold it like this, and now I have this to hold on to, pushing out. So now I'm feeling it in my glute. My right glute is where I'm feeling it, and I can lower myself down further. And if I want to pull myself up, pull myself up. If I want to lower it down, or you can just do a combination of things of what I'm doing here. So this is all body weight, but now if I wanted to, I could grab a kettlebell, dumbbell, to really kind of challenge myself and build up from the different angles around my entire hip girdle, okay? So now what we're gonna do is, I'm not sure where we're at time-wise, but we're gonna keep on going here, and yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's go to the next thing. So after you've done that, you're gonna wanna stretch your hip. You're gonna wanna stretch your hip out to basically work on not just range of motion, all right, but a little bit of PNF stretching. So I can raise my foot up like this, hold my knee to the outside, push into it. I can grab all 3 ropes for some stability, and I can push in. If I can bring my knee up higher, if you know somebody that's doing gymnastics or karate, so be it. You can pull your foot as high as you want to go and work on range of motion that way. But for me, I'm just trying to stretch out my glutes right now. So I can lean into it if I don't like that. And so now I can go to switch out to my hamstring, push out to the hamstring. I have this here, I can lower it down. I can sit there with this other hand, and I can get different angles on the stretch that I'm doing. So I can do iliotibial, pull up, pull across, lean into it, and I can work into getting my iliotibial, my hip, my hamstring, okay? So just remember that this thing connects in so many ways. It has the carabiners that are with the system, so you can click into a fence, you could wrap it around different objects so that this thing is portable. So what I mean by that is it's portable is when I'm done, I take this thing and put it in my bag, I'm ready to go, and then go from there. Now you can bring your own resistance bands like this. I have this black resistance band so that if I wanted to set up and do some workouts with my bands, and we have 5 different color bands. We have the green, purple, black, yellow, red. We sell all 5 on our website, aratom.net. And so you can connect in your bands, connect in your anchor strap into whatever it is or wherever you are in order to do your workout. So like here, I can just sit there and throw it up over this railing up above me, pull it down, connect in, start working from there. If I wanted to wrap around a pole, just wrap around the pole, bring it back to the carabiner, and then from there, I have my system to activate whatever I'm trying to do. Okay, so the bands can connect right in, and then you can do all kinds of workouts from there. All right, so let's get back to what we were doing. So now we did the hamstring stretch. We can go ahead and do a quad stretch where I just step in, try not to slip, trip, and fall, right? But I just pull this, it's around my ankle right now. And I have the rope. I mean, the rope definitely gives you some stability, so for balance. So I'm able to stretch out the front of my quad here, get my whole, my hip flexors, and then my quad, I pull it back, get some balance, I can go even higher. And then from there, if I want to just do some light leg extensions with my left, I can add resistance. I can add resistance with the rope. So I'm pushing hard right now for an isometric hold. And so where I'm feeling it right now, here, I'm feeling it all the way up in my quad. But if I want to take my foot back further and get a different part of my quad, that's all I got to do is push back and then push down from the ankle. And I'm feeling it definitely on the outside of my quad, okay? So this thing will allow you to stretch or do resistance from so many different angles based on whether you anchor it high or whether you anchor it low. You can be in a chair, you can be in at your house, you could just set this thing up with a chair outside and then do all the different workouts that we show. Because if you go to our Facebook page or you go to our TikTok page, we have all the different ways that you can use this, and it's not just for what I'm showing you today, it's for all your body parts, okay? So let's continue. What can I do next? I have done my quad, I have stretched out my hamstring, okay? At this point in time, if I wanted to, I could work on my shoulder, just reach in there, okay? And I'm gonna do a little bit of resistance with my rope, and I'm pushing hard into it here. I'm doing my circles, got it? All right, so one of the things I wanted to do as I was brainstorming here, I've got our other resistance bands. So we have yellow, red, and black. They're shorter. So for what I was just doing a minute ago, we're gonna add the bands in. So I'm gonna add in from here. I'm gonna take this back out so it drops back down. All right, and now I'm gonna add in my band. So we'll go with just the black band right now. Take that out, I put the black band in, as you can see right here. Here it is. And now I'm gonna add in my body strap, not the body strap, this anchor strap. So you have an anchor strap up top, but then you have this other anchor strap that you can use to connect back into the system. So I'll go with this black band. Okay, so it's now just a little bit of assistance. And I go back to what I was doing. Same exercises, but now totally different because I don't have as much help, but I still have enough help with the balance of the blue rope that I'm using and the assistance of the rubber band as I'm doing my lunges or whatever. So you do have to be careful of your bands. They can only stretch so far. So you have to be careful with that. So you can add in bands here if you wanted to. The other thing is if you have TheraBands. So for example, let me go grab a TheraBand. Stand by, here we go. Got the TheraBands. Also, we're in Cancun, Mexico right now, if you're wondering, with the tropicalness in the background. The TheraBands. So I just go ahead and do a loop. I'm using a bowling knot. Look that up if you don't know what that is. I did a bowling knot on both sides. And then I can connect in to my system, get rid of this other stuff, okay? And connect in my TheraBand. And then I can grab my rope. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I can grab this TheraBand wherever I want, okay? So I can go up top here, resistance is in my right hand, TheraBand is in the left, so I can sit here with just the amount of give and resistance to work out my shoulder, because my shoulder is banged up too. I got a lot of injuries. I feel like when I got my knee worked out, when I got my knee operation, I think they were carrying me one on every leg, arm, and I think they tore both my rotator cuffs during the surgery when they threw me up on the table. So you can use it that way. I'll bring this other loop back in, and I'm going to connect it to my elbow. And so now I can have double the resistance from the TheraBand. Got this here. I can work on range of motion and bring it back, and it hurts like you have no idea right now. But I can use this TheraBand. So if you have TheraBands, you can connect your own bands into the system and use it for that. So remember, this is like PNF stretching, what I'm doing right now. Peripheral neural facilitation. So if you were to go to physical therapy, they're gonna have you hold your arm up in the air, let's say if that's what we're doing, your shoulder, okay? They're gonna have you push into their hand. The physical therapist is holding your hand where my TheraBand is. They're pushing. They're saying hold it for 3 seconds, and then they say relax. And what do? They then push your arm back further, okay? And I do it with the rope here. So I pull the rope back to give me that extra 3 inches going back. I push back in again. The therapist says push back in, PNF stretching. They push, okay? They release. And then they're gonna have you do repetitions of PNF where you're pushing and they're holding resistance, and then they're increasing the resistance, or they're increasing your range of motion. You can do that yourself. You know your pain, you know when to stop, you know when to push yourself. So you pull the rope to get that range of motion and go from there. Now, if you're having pain in the top of your hand, your wrist, your elbow, that's fine. Bring it down. Go right at your elbow, right below, and then do it. And it's gonna be easier, obviously, because you got, what am I trying to think of? The fulcrum, I should say. So now I can put it on my elbow and go there. And I'm doing range of motion. I'm pushing into it, pull the rope, and that is going, man, that's a good stretch right now. I'm feeling that in my scapula. I'm feeling that in my, oh man, it's good. So you have so many different ways that this thing can be used. Earlier, I was doing, this is gonna be goofy, I apologize, but hey, I'm just trying to show you all of the different ways that you could do it. Let's say you had some neck issues going on. With a TheraBand, you grab the flatter part of the TheraBand and push it down in here. I pull the resistance in, and then from there, I just push my head down, kind of hold it here just to keep safe. And I'm feeling it right now in the back of my neck, the resistance, I'm feeling in the back of my neck, and I'm feeling in the front. So I'm just working on different ways to try to attack the tightness in different areas of your body, and you have the Aratom Stretching System that gives you that patented 3-to-1 mechanical advantage that is going to allow you to stretch and get your range of motion back. Now, if you go to the physical therapist, they are going to sit there and have you come into their office for like 2 to 3 minutes where they are pushing your body parts to get that extra range of motion, and it works great. I mean, that is really what helps the range of motion, is when you can have a person with the second set of hands trying to push the different body parts to get that range of motion back. And so you need to go to the physical therapist. Problem is, who has time to go to the physical therapist every single day? Because you kind of need to do it every single day to break through that range of motion that you're having in your ankle, your foot, your knee, your hip, your shoulders, your elbow, your wrist, you name it, your neck, all these different things. And this is how this thing can be used. It can be used in so many different ways. So let's do some lower body traction. So I was trying to stretch out my lower back. So you can just sit in this thing and allow the resistance bands to just do a little bit of lower back, stretching. So I'm just going to put it around me, and I'm just going to sit into it. I'll just sit right on in, and the band will give me what I need to get that traction in my lower back. So I drop in, walk backwards with the rope like this, and then I can feel it. Now, depending on how you're leaning backwards, you're gonna get your traction in different areas of your back. Right now, where I'm doing it, when I'm in this position right here, sitting back, I'm feeling it more right where the band is right now. That's kind of where I'm getting the traction, is right where you see the band on my back right now. But if I wanted to go a little bit higher or lower, let's see how it feels. I'm just testing things out here. Okay, and now I'm gonna go a little bit further away. Okay, and I'm gonna lean forward, and now right here, because I'm kind of doing a hamstring stretch at the same time while I'm pulling for resistance. I'm feeling it basically where you would have sciatica. That's where it's pulling. So you're stretching your hamstrings, okay, because a lot of sciatica comes from tight hamstrings, tight hips. But right now, me being bent over in a 90-degree with pulling the resistance on the Aratom stretching system with the assistance of the bands, it's gently doing a little bit of traction on my lower back, but keeping me supported. So I'm not, because if I didn't have this and I was just bending over, you'd have a lot of pressure on your lower back and it hurts, okay? But with the band supporting me like this and me pulling, I'm pulling my vertebrae out, I'm stretching my hamstrings, I'm stretching my lower glutes, but what I'm getting from the resistance of this green band is gentle traction in my back. So, I mean, if you're having any lower back pain, this is great because it's supporting me and keeping the pressure off my lower back, but it's also separating my lower vertebrae, like towards my coccyx bone. So I was an EMT at one point, so I'm using my terminology. So here we go. I've had a ton of injuries. I've had a ton of different pains and aches and you name it through the years from being a firefighter. And so I have come up with so many different ways to utilize this tool. This tool actually came from fire and rescue. It's a 3-to-1 mechanical advantage system where when we're making rescues for cars that have been overturned, or we're doing rappelling or any kind of rescue, this is one device that we would use, which is a 3-to-1 system to be able to get equipment down to people or get the people back up from locations with the mechanical advantage. So you have 3-to-1, and that's kind of how we figured this out, was with a 3-to-1 mechanical advantage, I can pull 1,000 pounds of men and women and equipment and patients back up the hill. So we created this, which is a 3-to-1 small system, patented, with all of the toys that go with it to try to help you out with your physical therapy needs or just strength needs. And I'm telling you, if you're working or if you are trying to perform a sport, do this. Do some PNF, use some bands, use the Aratom stretching system before any event or any sport, and I'm telling you, you're going to be explosive. You're going to be explosive in the sport that you're doing or on the work site or wherever you're doing. If you're doing physical chores or physical type job, you are going to feel great and ready to go as you're doing the work. You're going to totally notice a difference. Totally notice a difference when you're using the bands and you're using the PNF stretching, the things that we're doing, where you're attacking those joints and you're able to get a feel of where you are going with this, whether to push yourself or pull back. You're going to be able to use the system to assist you in the support with doing leg exercises, giving you just a little bit of resistance or giving you just a little bit of help to get through the different exercises that you're trying to perform while using the Aratom stretching system. It's going to build your confidence. It's going to get your health up to a level. And so I'm using this thing every day. I'm not just saying that. I've had this patent. I've had this product for a decade. I've done nothing with it, but now I've seen the difference that I've made in a lot of people's lives with using the Aratom stretching system. I'm telling you, you are going to feel amazing after you do a handful of things using our stretching system. The best thing about it is it can be used in the bedroom, use our anchors that we have, or just go to Home Depot, put an anchor in and clip our system right into bed and get your day started with your, whether you hook it into the ceiling or you hook it into the wall, so that you can do different types of resistance and stretches or a little bit of traction to help you out with what the pain and aches that you're feeling. But overall, once I do it every day, I get my day started, I'm ready to go, I feel good, I feel injury prevention from doing this. So check out our other videos because we have so many different ways to use this thing. I'm not sure if I'm at 30 minutes yet or not, but I think it's time to go. All right, so we'll see you next time. I'm going to continue to punch out videos. Please visit our website at aratom.net. This is going to give you and your family the ability to get your health back, or from an injury, or if you want to be ready to go for the job or the sport that you're doing. I definitely recommend this for if you have geriatric patients or you have family members that are bedridden or that are not getting out of the house much, because this thing can be set up inside so that they can work on building up their strength, their mobility. All of it comes back. And I'm saying this, one of the reasons why I'm back into this, and I'm all back into demonstrating why this product is so amazing, is my own father. My father was bedridden, nursing home, contacted my family. I said, send him to me, let me PT him for a while, and I will see how it goes. And I'll send out some videos of my father when I first got him. When I first got him, he needed to be carried to and from the bathroom. It was awful. But after 3 weeks of me working on different hip mobility exercises, hamstring, quad, feet, upper body, I was able to get him more pliable, and I had him go from being carried to the bathroom back and forth. I took him to a building where we live, and there was a 6-story building. I have a video of it. He climbed 6 stories on his own. I'll provide that video later. If anybody's interested, I'll send it to you so you can see what I'm talking about. He went from being bedridden to climbing 6 stories. This thing is amazing. Everybody should be getting this. I need to have this thing in every gym. This thing needs to be on Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. It needs to get out there. So if you know anybody that is going through some serious health problems as far as their mobility is concerned, this thing is legit. Gives you exactly what you need to get your health back, to get their health back, to get them mobile again, to get their life back. Because who wants to live in pain? I'm telling you, every morning I wake up, I'm in pain, but not anymore. Because I'll do a little bit of about 20, 30 minutes in bed. Sometimes I'll take my Aratom with me. I'll go to the gym, or I'll go outdoors, which is great. I'll just go outdoors, hook it up to a tree, hook it up to a pole, hook it up to whatever. And from there, immediately I have my resistance bands. I have the different stuff that go along with it to perform either resistance, traction, or exercises. And I give myself just what I need to get through these different exercises. And I get my day started, and I'm feeling great. And you can too, if you know anybody that really needs some mobility issues, or somebody that is coming back from an injury, or yourself, if you just want to wake up and feel good. It's like doing yoga, but it makes it fun. It's like you're doing Pilates, but it's fun using the Aratom Stretching System. So that's about it. Let me say goodbye. I don't even know how to turn this thing off yet. Sorry, folks. Once I get this thing figured out, how do you turn it off?